Hello, my name is Steve Woody, and we've got a lot to cover in this video. I want to respect your time, so why don't we bypass all the BS where I waste the first 10 minutes just trying to convince you that I'm trustworthy or successful, and let's just focus on the outcome, which is to help you understand the problems in your business when you don't have a customer avatar and the benefits when you do. Also, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process that's going to help you create one. I'll be hosting a live webinar soon, so if you want to dive much deeper into this process, we can do that there, but for now, let's just give you everything that you need to get started. There's something much worse than having no customers, and that is having the wrong customers. This is one of the main reasons why it's so important to know who you want to do business with and why so many people suffer when they're trying to attract everyone. I see so many people just scrambling social media sites, begging friends and family for likes and shares and just desperately bombarding their database of just the same few people trying to make some money. See, marketing yourself in business is one of the hardest things to do, which is why this video is so important. There are many entrepreneurs out there who have no idea where to start. They're frozen by the overwhelming realization that they have no idea who they're trying to talk to or what they are trying to say. As I mentioned at the start, the outcome of this video is to give you that foundation to understand the challenges, to help you overcome them, and to give you an action plan to move forward. If you find you're really struggling, then please reach out and I will do my best to help you. But for now, let's start by looking at some simple questions. What is a customer avatar? Well, according to Wikipedia, a customer is someone who has purchased goods or services, and an avatar in the online world is a user's alter ego or character. Therefore, a customer avatar is a fictitious representation of someone who has done business with you. To make them ideal, we look at creating this identity by considering the transaction was successful, they were happy with the outcome, and it was achieved without any undue stress or frustration from yourself or the customer. So why do you need one? Well, honestly, you don't. It's not essential, but it does help. The more detail you can create for your customer avatar, the better you can understand the person you are trying to help. And after all, business is all about adding value, and the best way to do this is to solve a problem. Therefore, the more you know about your customers' problems, the better equipped you are to help them. How many avatars should you create? Well, there's no rule. I would always recommend that you have at least one to start with and strive to create at least 3. The bigger your business, the more avatars you might have, but be careful, because too many can be just as dangerous as having none at all. You don't want to dilate your audience too far, you'd be confusing your message. To give you an example, in Online Mastery, I have 10 customer avatars in total, and we're going to talk more about that on the webinar. What are the problems of not having a customer avatar? Well, there are several problems you might encounter. If you do not identify your ideal customer avatar, the first of these could be a lack of direction with your content. If you do not know who you are talking to, then how will you know what to say? I've seen many people stuck trying to market themselves because they do not know where to start. It is much easier when you can imagine a conversation with someone. And after all, you will only ever communicate with one person at a time, exactly like what I'm doing now, talking to you. Even on a webinar with hundreds of people, they're still sitting at their own individual computers. Another common problem with not having identified your ideal customer avatar is wasted money on advertising. The start of this is not knowing where to advertise and then not knowing who to advertise to. And a very common question I get asked all the time is, how much money should I invest in advertising? And I always answer this with, you shouldn't, because if you're asking that question, then you're not ready to start. You see, paid advertising is something that comes last on the list. You have to have proof of concept, identified your target audience, and confirm that your sales funnels are converting. Only at this point should you start spending money on traffic, and not knowing who your audience is can be a very costly lesson when it comes to trying to target those people. Are there any other problems not having a customer avatar can create? Well, how about lack of self-worth? See, this is a less obvious one, but again, Something I see often when someone has not identified their ideal customer avatar because they are consistently asking friends and relatives for approval. Someone who knows their audience is confident. They know the problems, they know how to solve them. They don't need to seek reassurance on social media. They know what they're doing, they know how to do it, and that confidence often attracts the very people that it is they're looking for. This all sounds great, but how do I get started? Well, that's a great question, and it's something that we can do right now. Very simply, let's look at the core, because any customer avatar is the basic information that you have on a person. This helps to make them real. It's going to form the foundation for you to visualize them, and simply by gathering data about who is most likely to purchase your products and services is really going to help. So let's create a list of the basic things that you are going to need. What is their name? How old are they? Are they male or female? What qualifications do they have? Where do they work? How much do they earn a year? Where do they live? Some people go as far to find a profile picture that fits what a person might look like. I think this is a great idea because you're starting to create an image of them, and I want you to imagine yourself sitting down, having a cup of coffee and a chat with your avatar. It might seem a little bit crazy to do this, but it really does help because you need to be able to relate to this person, and if they're a close friend of yours, it's going to help that process. This isn't just a crucial part of your website strategy, this is a crucial part of your overall business. If you have never checked out the demographics and know for sure who your target audience is, then you should do this immediately. It's not enough to just have a general idea of who buys your products, and honestly, the data you get back might just surprise you. For example, you might work with a depressed man, and without a customer avatar, you might be marketing to all men. Who knows what they might be depressed for? There could be many different reasons. When you start to create your customer avatar, you realize that John leaves the house at 6 a.m, doesn't get home till about 8 p.m. You uncover that he's got a daughter called Hope, and she's 4 years old, and all he wants to do is spend some time with the family, but due to the financial pressure, he has to work these long hours. Can you see how some simple questions can really help you to understand the people that you want to help better? Mashable.com has a really great article on how to nail down your demographics. I'll put a link in the blog post which accompanies this video. After you build your basic customer avatar, you're going to want to dig a little bit deeper. And we'll cover all of this and more, as I've already mentioned on the webinar. But to get you started now, you should start researching some of the following areas. What are their interests and hobbies? What are their activities? What are their core values? What are their lifestyle choices? What are their behavior patterns? And what are their personality traits? One great way to find out these things is to look at the reviews and comments on competitor websites, maybe even looking on social media. You might also look into places where these people are likely to hang out. For example, if you're in the business of selling pet products, then you might want to check out fan pages, other pet owners, things that you often find these people circulating around. You want to get a good feel for the common opinions of your market audience and start writing down things that they are commonly saying. This is going to help you immensely when you start marketing yourself to your audience, whether it be writing blog posts, social media posts, or even email campaigns, because you can use this same type of phrasing. A great article on how to use customer phrasing for sales copy can be found on Kissmetrics, and again, I'll put the link in the blog post. Another reason why this should be part of your website strategy is because as you examine your competitors' sites, you're going to start to notice needs which your target audience has that your competitors maybe aren't filling. And this leaves a door open for you to come in and fulfill those needs. For example, someone might give a bad product review saying that they purchased something maybe a couple of weeks ago and it's broken. And this might prompt you to make a similar product, but one that's far more reliable. You can also use the comments from Facebook and other social media platforms to narrow down what your customer needs and their pains. This can really help you when it comes to overcoming and getting the right resources to offer the right speech to use on your website. So in conclusion, the better you know your audience, the more you're going to be able to connect with them. You'll be able to narrow down what they really want. You'll be able to try on a deeper level. Let me give you another example. Everyone knows that arthritis is hard to live with, but is that the real reason that people buy pain relievers? Is it just to relieve the physical pain? Maybe what really motivates them is that they want to be able to go outside and play with the grandkids, or even just go and work in their garden. The only way of truly knowing what your audience really wants is to ask them and find out what is motivating them by doing the research. This is so important, and it should be one of the first things that you do in business. Once you have this, then you know who to survey, you know who to approach for proof of concept, and to ensure your business has the potential to be successful. As I mentioned at the beginning, below is a link to join my upcoming webinar where I'll talk you through in detail how to create your ideal customer avatar. I'll pick someone during the call and we'll create their ideal customer avatar. This will help you show you the process in action and just how powerful it is when you ask some of these really simple questions. Just click the link below, join me as I take you on a deeper dive through this process of creating your ideal customer avatar. Oh, and for you savvy people out there who are wondering what the catch is, well, this is it. I want you to know, like, and trust me, and the best way I can do that is via digital marketing like this. Once you trust me, I know that you'll come back to me later when you're ready to take the next step. And if you're wondering, or I'm going to pitch you something to buy, I can tell you now, at the end of the webinar, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to buy my book, which covers this and so much more. That's it. Please remember to comment below, tell me your opinion, share your experiences, because I love nothing more than engaging with people just like you and finding out the processes that you've been through. I think this is an exciting time. It's like a discovery, and I want to be part of that with you. For now, take care, have an amazing day, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon.